everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and today's gonna be kind of a different video, but it still kind of relates to like movies, but it's a TV show, but whatever. Today, I'm gonna be telling you guys kind of a story of how TikTok, yes, that famous social media platform that got banned for like 14 hours earlier in the year, made me watch an episode of Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm not kidding or exaggerating. That actually happened. So I'm gonna be telling you that along with my thoughts on that particular Doctor Who episode I watched. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on this particular Doctor Who episode. And if you think I should watch any other episodes of the series. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the other videos that I've made during my wisdom teeth recovery process. They should be up on the channel for you to watch. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so before even going into my thoughts on that Doctor Who episode, I gotta tell you how TikTok even made me watch Doctor Who. So essentially, I was just scrolling through my For You page on TikTok, going through like 3C Films, Dead Me, and some random content that is just has like Subway Surfers or some Tetris like thing. You know, if you've seen TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. But I came across this edit by user DJ Napstarlex on an edit of this like 2D animated character, and I was like, that actually was kind of hard. Let me go ahead and save that. And then I come across another edit, which I don't remember that user's name from the top of my head, but it was of that same character with like a song from the Bendy games. Now, it's not an official Bendy song, it's just a Bendy song made by the fans. And essentially, the edits were of this cartoon character from like early days of cartoons where you would see like Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse in like the early 1920s, around that time frame. And it was actually that second edit where it had this cartoon character pop out of like a giant movie theater screen. I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. I might want to go ahead and try to find the original of this. And turns out that was from the current season of Doctor Who that is happening on Disney Plus right now. I don't know which Doctor they're on, but that's kind of ways to show you that I haven't kept up with Doctor Who. So, and this character is from the latest season of Doctor Who that is on Disney Plus. And so, about a week or two ago, as of me recording this video, because I'm recording this in May, I went ahead and watched that particular Doctor Who episode. And yeah, that's basically how TikTok went ahead and made me watch an episode of Doctor Who. So let's just get into my thoughts of that Doctor Who episode. Alright, so the particular episode in question that I went ahead and watched is Season 2, Episode 2, Lux. And this is Season 2, Episode 2 if you're watching Doctor Who on like Disney Plus. So that's how you'll be able to find this episode. And it's essentially the Doctor and someone that's in the TARDIS with the Doctor going back to like the 1950s to investigate a few disappearances at an abandoned cinema where they come across this cartoon character named Mr. Ringading that is in fact the cartoon character that was in those two TikTok edits that I saw that made me watch this particular episode. And that cartoon character was the main reason that I was drawn to watch that episode, because again, it's like a 2D character coming out of like a giant screen at this cinema. And yeah, this is a Roger Rabbit situation or Space Jam where we got live action characters interacting with 2D animated characters. And Mr. Ringading, for like 90% of this episode, is 2D animated, which I gotta go ahead and applaud the creators of the show and BBC, the actual people that run this Doctor Who show. Immense impressiveness, because they actually went ahead and pulled this off, even for like a TV show that I don't know that this Doctor Who show would have the budget for that, but I guess having Disney on your side gave them the budget to do this, and yeah, it was pretty cool, and I did like the character of Mr. Ringading, and I don't know why, it's just kind of cool. One of that might be because of the voice actor who voiced this character in the series, Alan Cumming. Now, if that name isn't familiar, he should be, because he's the guy who played Nightcrawler in X2, X-Men United, and will be reprising the role in Avengers Doomsday. And also the fact that he was this cartoon character made me like, okay, I gotta go ahead and watch that, because from like little clips I seen before I went ahead and watched that episode, I could not tell that was the guy who played Nightcrawler in the Fox X-Men movies. And look, the episode overall, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't think I would enjoy it just because I'm not that big of a fan of Doctor Who. In fact, at max, the thing I am a fan of Doctor Who is, unironically, the Lego Dimensions Doctor Who with the 12th Doctor and the Cyberdyne robot. I remember that level pack and fun pack for that Lego Dimensions game and going to that Doctor Who world. But that was at max all I knew about Doctor Who, other than the fact there were like 12 other Doctors and leading into like a 13th and whatever this one that is for this Mr. Ringading episode, what Doctor they're on right now with the one that's going on Disney Plus. But whatever, I thought at most I would not enjoy this episode just because I'm not that big of a fan of Doctor Who. But the only thing that I would have liked was the Mr. Ringading stuff, just because I thought he was a pretty cool character from like the clips I've seen before. I've seen this episode and the TikTok edits, and I was actually surprised that this was actually a good episode. Like this is why I'm wanting to go ahead and review some other movies that don't really interest me, like a Zero Dark 30 or a Warfare, it's because there are movies that I don't really have much interest in, but one of these days I'll run out of movies that I really liked and enjoyed and that are up my alley need to review. Might as well go ahead and start reviewing some other movies, like something like, again, Zero Dark 30, Warfare, or other A24 or Neon, or these artsy Oscar-worthy movies. And there are times where it could surprise you, and this Doctor Who episode did in fact surprise me. Now, would I watch the entirety of this current Doctor Who that's going on? Probably not. I really only wanted to watch this episode because of that TikTok edits that Mr. Ringading got, but I would say that this is probably a good Doctor Who, and at least for me, in my opinion, as someone who has never seen any of the actual episodes. I will say I also did like some of the powers that Mr. Ringading got in here. Like, he was able to trap many people in like a cinema, I believe it was 15 if I remember correctly, inside of like a film strip. That was pretty cool. And Mr. Ringading was able to come to life through like this moonlight thing that hit off a spoon and onto the projector, where Mr. Ringading had like an interaction with the audience, and the audience was like, what is going on, until they ultimately got captured. And also, though, this ultimately leads to the Doctor breaking the fourth wall, literally like going into a real world scenario where fans of Doctor Who are watching that episode, and they brought up like leaks that Doctor Who plot points were leaked, and yeah, I thought that was kind of meta and fourth wall breaking, but still, I thought I enjoyed it. The score in here was also pretty good. Like, I thought this was a good, like, self-contained story that could have really worked as kind of like a little mini movie, as I would feel like, because I don't think we ever see Mr. Ringading ever again after this Doctor Who episode. If you've seen the current Doctor Who series, let me know down below if we did get to see the return of Mr. Ringading, but I still thought it was pretty cool. I will say, kind of like one thing I didn't really like was kind of like the photorealistic, like live action look for Mr. Ringading, because yeah, that was kind of creepy, not gonna lie. But mainly overall, I went in with kind of low expectations, only really expecting to like the Mr. Rigading stuff, but I came out pleasantly surprised with this episode, though I probably won't continue on with this series, but that goes to show you, if you watch like a trailer for like a movie or TV show and it doesn't interest you, go in open-minded because you might end up being surprised and actually quite enjoying it. I know I had that mindset with a couple of movies, and I could definitely apply that here with the Doctor Who episode that I went ahead and watched, all because of TikTok edits. But I also want to hear from you guys. If you went ahead and watched this episode, what were your guys' thoughts on it? And do you think I should continue on with this like Disney Plus Doctor Who show? Go ahead and leave that down in the comment section. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and keep an eye out on the channel for the rest of my Wisdom Teeth prepared videos coming out in the next couple of days. But until then, have a great day.